What's up, guys? It's your boy JohnPick with Sharp Bets DFS, back with another video to help you make money on PrizePicks, Underdog, Thrive, Sleeper, and many other platforms tonight. But first, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any more of our videos that we'll be putting out on a daily basis, sometimes two, lucky you. And check out that pinned link in the comments below. That's where for either $14.99 or $29.99, you'll find a Patreon link that'll get you instant access to our Discord. That's where you'll find all the tips, advice, players to tail, tickets to tail, anything and everything you could possibly need to succeed on PrizePicks, Underdog, Sleeper, Thrive, and many other platforms tonight. So not going to take up too much of your time in this video right here, guys, but we found some unbelievable value for your NFL Sunday tickets tomorrow. We got 4 big bangers for you. Stay tuned, check it out. I'm not going to go through a whole big old spiel about the Discord or anything like that, although I am going to remind you one more time already in this video, you guys need to join. Go check out the comments that are probably going to be below this video. But in the last video, this is our second video of the day today. We did NBA earlier, and now we're doing NFL. So go check out the comments in there, guys. Guys are always telling you all. They're giving you testimonials without us even asking them to. You know, letting you know $14.99 or $29.99 is the best value out there. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So let's take a look at the 4 picks that we got going on for tomorrow. So this is an early look, but as you well know, PrizePicks is famous, or infamous for that matter, at bumping the hell out of these as quickly as they possibly can. All of these picks that we're going to be making here for you today are, all in our favor as far as odds. All minus 130 or above, I believe. A couple of them are even higher than that. So those are Vegas numbers. I'm sure you guys are familiar with odds, how that works. These are all very highly valuable plays. Lock them in as quickly as you possibly can. The first one's going to be Mr. Cade Otton to go over 3.5 receptions versus Tennessee. Now, let's take a look at his history. Let's go ahead and take a look at the PrizePicks last 5. Love those green beans, baby. Big old green stalks there. Had 6 against Houston, 4 against Buffalo, 5 against Atlanta, only 1 against Detroit, and only 3 against New Orleans. Let's see what he did before that, though. So out of his last 5, 3 of 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games so far this season that he's played in. And out of those, he's hit the 4 reception mark. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of the 8, so 50% on those. But as you can see, against Detroit, big loss there. Not entirely sure why he only had 2 targets. Seems very, very low for him, but, it is what it is. It happens sometimes. And then the game before that, looks like he had 4 targets, so he had the amount of targets we needed. He just couldn't catch one of them for whatever reason. And then again, only 2 targets, only 1 reception against Philadelphia, the Eagles. Then, as you can see, his catch percentage is pretty high typically. 6 targets, caught all 6 balls, 41 yards, had a big game against Chicago, right? They haven't played Tennessee this year yet, otherwise I'd give you those direct comparisons. But against Minnesota in week 1, I guess, you're looking at 3 targets, 2 receptions. So if he didn't hit the mark, he was pretty darn close. Only a couple of games looks like he was very low in production. That was against Detroit and Philadelphia. Both pretty good linebacker cores. Tennessee has a fairly decent linebacker core as well, in safeties. That's who would be directly trying to cover Mr. Otton or any other tight end out of the Tampa Bay offense. But again, as you can see in the last 5 that PrizePicks provides, which finally we've gotten to the point where we're not looking at preseason or anything else like that now. So 3.5, 3.8, we're over this as an average for his last 5. As far as his total receptions, he's at 28 on the season. Pretty high for a tight end. He's definitely one of Mayfield's favorite targets. He gets the volume, guys, especially in the last 3 weeks. He's absolutely been over this mark. In fact, way over it last week against Houston. Lots of losses here. So they tend to play from behind, the Buccaneers do. So, and that being the case, You're looking at either long down the field chunk plays or these short kind of dump offs to tight ends and backs, and that's where Cade Otton is going to shine. We love Cade Otton tomorrow against the Tennessee Titans to go over 3.5 receptions. That's going to be pick number 1. Pick 2, let's take a look at, let's go ahead and go for, the rest of them are going to be receiving yards props. So we'll just go in order of how I see, or the order in which I see them here as I'm scrolling down. So let's go with, they're all going to be noon games that we're looking at as far as the picks for, that I'm putting out for you guys, early value, right? The reason I'm doing that and the reason we're doing it in this way is I want you guys to be able to lock them in as quickly as possible. The ones for noon games are the most likely to jump up and bump, quicker than the other ones. So let's get them locked in, right? We do have an 8:30 game, an early game tomorrow, so definitely going to be putting out probably some more picks for those, but we'll be doing that in the Discord. Join the Discord, guys. Second pick of the day, Deebo Samuel over 46.5 receiving yards against Jacksonville. So let's take a look at what Deebo's done. As far as yardage, it looks like when he's in there and he's playing, he hits this mark. Simple as that. Against Cleveland, I believe that's a game where he got hurt. But before that, you had 55 yards there. That's well above where we need to be. The game before that, I believe let's see. So he had 3 rushing attempts, no targets, and no catches. I don't remember exactly what happened in this game, but I believe he was also hobbled. But the game before that, the Giants, 12 targets, 6 catches, 129 yards. I mean, damn near double where we need him to be, right? And then you've got against the Rams, 9 targets, 6 catches, 63 yards, well above where we need to be. And week 1 against Pittsburgh, 7 targets, 5 catches, 55 yards. So he is well above this line as long as he gets the targets, which we fully expect him to do against Jacksonville. Jacksonville's definitely going to be putting up a fight against San Francisco. They're not one of these easy rollover teams. Fully expect him to go over this 46.5 receiving yards line. I do want to remind you again, all of these picks that we're putting out here for you guys, we're never going to put out something that's on the wrong side of the bet. Always on the right side of the bet. In other words, good odds in their favor. So, next pick. So far, we got Cade Otton over 3.5 receptions. Deebo Samuel over 46.5 receiving yards. Next pick, Amari Cooper from the Cleveland Browns to go over 53.5 receiving yards against Baltimore. Now, he definitely, let's take a look at his history here according to PrizePicks. Again, let's just match up what we got. The 5th, yes. The 5th, 29th, 22nd, 15th. So everything is accurate here. And that being the case, look at these green beans, baby. Gotta love it. The last time they played Baltimore, though, it looks like he had 6 targets, 1 reception for 16 yards. So that's not the most encouraging stat that I've seen, but we still feel very, very good about Amari Cooper going over this 53.5 receiving yards mark against that same Baltimore defense. The reason for it is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in that week's matchup against Baltimore, the first time they faced them, they had the backup quarterback in there. And if I'm correct, I think Deshaun Watson is going to be back, and he'll be chunking in the ball. You can see when Deshaun Watson's the guy, boom, 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 baby. He's well over this line almost every single week. So we love him against Baltimore to go over this 53.5 receiving yards mark. Should not be an issue. Odds, once again, as always, definitely in our favor. Lock in Amari Cooper over 53.5 receiving yards against Baltimore. Speaking of, from the same game, we've got Mark Andrews to go over 44.5 receiving yards against Cleveland. Now, look at these wins, baby. The Ravens are on an absolute tear, right? Mark Andrews, clearly, as you can see from the yardage, is a big, big part of that. He has only missed this line receiving twice this year. once against Arizona, and once against Indianapolis, sorry. God, between basketball and football, Indianapolis, I call the, it's crazy. So anyhow, I'm sorry, Mark Andrews over 44.5 receiving yards. The last time they played against Cleveland, as you can see here, that was on 10-1. So October 1st, 5 targets, 5 receptions, 80 yards. Well over this mark, almost double. He's been killing it lately. Only missed this mark in 1 out of his last 5. He's averaging 63, almost 63.5 yards. So, 477 total on the year so far. Mark Andrews is an elite tight end. Lock him in, guys. Very, very simple. The books, I believe, have him at a 45.5 receiving yards mark. So he's even dropped from there. For some reason, PrizePicks has not picked up on that yet. Has not bumped him up where he needs to be, but that's coming very soon. Even at the bumped up 45.5 mark, still love him. Okay, so let's review real quick, guys. Cade Otton over 3.5 receptions against Tennessee. Deebo Samuel over 46.5 receiving yards against Jacksonville. Amari Cooper against Baltimore over 53.5 receiving yards. And then Mark Andrews against Cleveland. Both of these guys in the same game, over 44.5 receiving yards against Cleveland. So 4 fire picks for you guys. Definitely lock these in right now as quickly as you can. Let's get these early props in before all the huge bumps. Hopefully this video will get to you guys early enough to where you can make these picks, lock them in, and kind of give old PrizePicks give them the business, right? Let's take their money. Our goal is to bankrupt this company. Forget PrizePicks. We're starting to move a lot more over to Thrive. We're loving Thrive. It's the same setup as far as props, over, under, simple as that. They don't bump nearly as quick. It's a lot fairer of a process. More fair, I suppose. Fairer is probably not a word. It's a lot more fair of a process as far as picking them, and the bumps don't come as quick. The payouts are very, very similar. But the biggest thing right now with Thrive, guys, is they're offering a $250 first deposit match. $250. But you got to use our promo code. And that's SharpBetsDFS. SharpBetsDFS. Put that into the promo code, little box that it'll have up there, and boom, guys, up to a $250 deposit match. We're making money over there. We want you to join us in doing that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any more of our videos that we'll be putting out on a daily basis, sometimes 2. And check out that pinned link in the comments below. That's where for either $14.99 for a VIP or $29.99 for VIP Plus, you can find a Patreon link that'll get you instant access to our Discord. That's where you'll find all the tips, advice, players to tail, tickets to tail, anything and everything you could possibly need to succeed on PrizePicks, Thrive, Underdog, Sleeper, and many other platforms tonight. Until next time, guys, good luck on Sunday. We may see you before then, though. We may try to get a video out that's just for the early Europe game. But if I don't see you before then, guys, good luck. Good luck with basketball tonight, too. And, I'm JohnPick with Sharp Bets DFS. Let's get that money, son.